this episode. We're headed down to the river where we've been finding good gold so far this season. It's normally about an hour hike straight down a very steep and overgrown ridgeline. We found what looks to be an old dozer line that we decided to clear and use the UTV to get down. This takes our hike down to about 15 minutes, which is huge because the hike was almost entirely up a 45-degree mountainside, and this really beats you up coming out. We spent the next few days clearing brush, trimming and removing fallen trees, and carefully maneuvering down the mountain little by little so that we can now reach the river and diggins without totally exhausting ourselves each trip. And day by day, we work towards our goal of finding something great the old-timers left behind. A lot better than it was. What is up, you guys? I'm Prospector Jerry. We're on another adventure today. Got Inga with me, back at the river, right where I found that awesome piece of gold. We're gonna try to get some more. Made ourselves a nice trail in, took some time. No more floating the river up on tubes and stuff like that. We took some trimmers and cut the trail in pretty well. Used a pair of these. I'll tell you what, these guys right here are very valuable. A lot of people don't use these. I didn't use these in the beginning. If you're not making your own trail, if you're following someone else's well-beaten trail, you'll probably find some gold, but the good spots are where you need to make your own trail. The first thing I'm gonna do is get in the water and start moving cobble. Pretty sure there's a couple of cracks and maybe some gnarly stuff that we could break up where this cobble's sitting. I moved the cobble out of the way and exposed the bedrock, but there really wasn't any cracks to work. I decided to move upriver and work the beginning of the pinch point where I found the nice nugget. I worked on this for some time, and although it looked really good, I didn't see a single speck of gold. Well, I've been working that crack over there with no luck. Swam around, did my thing, prospected a few cracks here and there, all the way down around this corner, all the way up around the corner to where we were working at another point. Cody found some good gold up there, and we're going to go up there and work that. But there's some cracks over here, and I'll show you in a minute what I got this from. But I keep walking over and I'm like, man, those things, I gotta pan those out. They just look too good. And this pan came from there and it doesn't look bad at all. Some gold. Lots of little pieces in there, look at that. So one nice picker poker, I mean I could pick it up. Kind of coarse little bit. Make some noise. And all that little stuff. One little quick pan. It's a good sign. That's what I'm going to dig out next. But this crack right here is where that came from. And there's still some material in it. It's right above where we were working where that nugget came from. This stuff doesn't look like your typical gold-bearing material. It's very light and full of leaves and other debris. But for whatever reason, it had a good amount of gold in it. This little crack right here just keeps giving. So I think I'm going to take it. I've taken it up to there, you can kind of tell. I think I need to go get the rest of this side out of it. Lots of gold in that. think this little bit's gold too. It's just really dirty. And it's acting like gold in the pan. Yeah, that's gold. Look. See it. Really dirty picker. I had to move this salamander from where I was working. I think that's all I'm going to get.
Right by the pickaxe, watch out. Right here. Your pickaxe? Yeah, just don't. Right on.
I think that's all I'm going to get.
Ran out of dirt?
Yeah. Started falling out from the bottom. Hand number 3?
I think so.
Hand number 3 from that one awesome crack. Full of gold. So much fine stuff in there. The smaller bits are kind of coarse too. Not super beaten flat yet. Oh, it's cold.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, God. It's so cold inside. I decided to do some sniping upriver, and Inga can't swim, so that's why I'm pushing her around in this tube. She's also quite new to all this river stuff, and walking the river is extremely difficult for her. It's much easier and faster for me to maneuver her around like this. So we came back up here to the spot we had been working. Cody initially found, I think it was this crack, it did pretty well. I noticed this little pocket right here was untouched, so I dug it up. Inga was down there, and now she's up here with me, so I had to go get her and grab this guy, a few other things, because I was kind of just on an exploratory mission up here. But I have a piece of gold. We're going to suck it up here. It's just a little flake, but I'll show it to you. There we go. These little knots, or knuckles as I call them, in the bedrock are great for trapping gold. Usually you could break off a cap and expose the gold on the bottom underneath. I made my way upriver and found another small knuckle. There was a chunk of iron in it, which means it's a spot where heavies collect. few more little pieces. Yeah. And some mercury. I didn't even see that. Look at this piece is a little baby. Little quantities. That makes some noise. I think this one's kind of cool. I've seen this one. I was like, ooh. Cool. I got a little gold. I'm not good. Sweet. Well, I think that's a wrap. We'll show you what I did for the day here in a second. We were just eating some food, getting a little bit of energy. Our road's pretty established at this point. It's cut our hike down to 10-15 minutes. So it used to take about an hour, hour and a half to get out of here. Really steep hike. What was that? Things falling down the hill, spooking us. Anyways, yeah, our hike up is way better now. So much easier. So that means we could stay on the river a lot longer. We could carry more down here. Right now it's almost 6, well yeah, it is 6 o'clock, so we can kind of push it as far as daylight goes. We're getting pretty good gold despite the fact that I haven't really been here much, so that's a good sign. A lot of the time's been spent just getting down here, working on a trail. Even today, a lot of it was cutting the trail in. Hearing things and seeing branches move. Spooky. I can't believe how gold could be sometimes. You would think that this crack right here would be the best one, but no. For whatever reason, it's this little slit right here. We got most of our gold today out of that little slit. You can see it comes up here, and this big chunk of bedrock has broken away, and maybe that's why. Maybe over the eons, the river was coming through up here, and stuff was getting caught in this and concentrating in that instead of here. You don't really have that. This isn't broken up here, so maybe that's what's going on. The very first trip we came, Cody got the best gold, and it came from around these boulders. Me and Inga were just talking about the possibility of coming down here with like a come along and some bars, and just carefully trying to move some of these boulders and just expose the bedrock beneath it. Probably some good gold. It's hard because there's so much white sand, but let's see the gold. Not too shabby. Bunch of pickers and pokers and finds in there. If you're interested in purchasing gold and minerals included in these episodes, please check out my Etsy store with the link listed below. I'd like to say thank you to all my Patreon members. It's because of you that these adventures are possible, and I can't thank you enough for all of the support. If you're considering becoming a Patreon member, check out the link in the description below. There's also a link in the top right corner of the next screen. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and drop a comment below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I wish you heavy pans.